That is all about returns. So return is done. Next topic, we are shifting to say what do I do next? So next topic we are going to installment plan deferral. Since we have done deferral, so we go to installment plan. Now what is the business case? The customer says that he's going to pay in multiple installments. So there are two scenario. First scenario is, say the customer owes us $50. When does he owe us? Say yesterday was the date, 13/04/2024. He owed us $50. Now the customer is saying, first option, simple option, just defer my due date to maybe 20th of April. This is first option. Okay, how can we do it? We can simply find an open item. I mean, this cannot be done for cleared item. Okay, so open item, any open item you open, and you go and just change and put a deferral date. Just like that. No config is needed, nothing. Simple. If the customer says, just defer my due date by few days, then you can do this way. Second option is, if the customer says, no, I will pay this in 4 weekly transactions. That means 14th. So starting from Monday, 15/04/2024, he's going to pay 12.5. Then after 7 days, which is coming as 31st April, doesn't happen. 1st May, 12.5. Then 8th May, 12.5, and finally 15th May, 12.5. Okay, so this is the normal installment plan. Both of them are installment plan. This is called normal installment plan, and the first one that I told you, that is called one installment deferral. Okay, this one installment deferral you can do like the way I just showed. That means here by changing the deferral date, this way also you can do, or via the installment plan config also you can do. Okay, so let me go to the config and show you how is it done. So installment plan is under business transaction, I think, and you will see deferral and installment. Business transaction, we have deferral and installment plan. Okay, expand. First, we have defined default values for installment plan. Now, whenever installment plan is created, instead of the original $50 document, 4 new documents will be created. Now, whenever I have new document, that will require document type, some default values. Now, the document type is designed here as IN. Okay, we can create new document type and we can assign here deactivation reason. Now, it may happen that if the customer abides by the installment dates, that's fine. Suppose after paying 2 installment, customer defaults, then we have to deactivate. Okay. So one default deactivation reason is here. In the lower nodes, we will create the deactivation reasons. Currently, how many deactivation reasons are configured? 6 deactivation reasons are configured, out of which 2 is configured as manual. As default. Print, you may or may not print. Right away printing, delayed printing, all those things are there. This is the first default value. Next, we have categories of installment plan. Lots of categories are already created. You may or may not create. 4 monthly installment, deferral plan, number this, installment plan for E001, like that. Different IP category can be created. This IP category is created just for reporting purpose. If you don't have an IP category, then also it will work. Okay. So don't bother creating a new IP category. Here is the main part: define installment plan type. So I will do three things: 0901. So I'll call it 9031, 9032. Two installment plan I'll create. So first go to new entry 9031. I'll call it one installment deferral. And here I can tag IP category. Even if I don't tag, it will work. Just tagging is needed for reporting purpose. Maybe the BW team will require how many installment plans has happened and divide based on IP categories. Okay, any BI, BW, whatever data extraction, whatever purpose, this is needed, but you can create without it. Next, now here I will put the interval, installment interval. That is how many days should I wait? Okay. Now it's one installment deferral. No interval is need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kuch bhi, anything I can do. I just randomly put 7. Okay. Interval type, again interval type is not needed. I'll just do anything. I do days. Interval type is needed in the multi installment, like in the second scenario. First scenario, interval is no question of interval, so interval is not needed. Number of installment 1. Only one time I will the installment will be received. Okay. Currency USD. Rounding amount. Why rounding amount is needed? Because sometimes it may happen that say 50 I want to divide by 3. Now 50 is not exactly divisible by 3. 16.66, 16.66, 16.67. Okay. So for that, rounding amount is needed, and the remaining amount will go to which installment? First installment, last installment, or altogether a new installment is created for the rounding for the remaining amount. So mostly people do last installment. Okay, and save. Okay, now we have an alternative sub transaction. What is alternative sub transaction? You learn that installment plans will be posted with 0080/0010. By default, this main sub combination will be used. Standard internal main transaction like 0070/7010. So 80/10 will be used. But suppose you want you have 4 different installment plan. One is one installment deferral, second is weekly, third is fortnightly, fourth is monthly. For each installment plan, if you want to assign different sub transaction, then the default 0010 will not be taken. Suppose for one installment I want 0011. For weekly I want 0012. For monthly I want 0013. Why these are needed? Because these sub transactions description will be shown in the invoice print document. Okay? In the invoice print document, whenever the customer will check the charges for detailed breakup of the charges from the sub transaction, what is the description, that description will be displayed to them. So that way, if a customer is on monthly or weekly or daily, that thing will be shown. Okay, that thing will be shown to the customer. So that way we can assign an alternative main sub transaction. So if we assign an alternative sub transaction, that sub transaction will be replaced by the original one. Okay. So it is a practice. I mean, I did not know this, but in our project they had this requirement that one installment should use one plan. One installment should use 1 minute. Huh?
फैमिली साथ चलते हैं ना। अरे तू उधर फेंक रहा है मेरे को, तो एक गाड़ी करो ना, चलेंगे साथ में चलेंगे। मतलब ये क्या अरे तो लौटाता है मैं तो कपड़ा पहना हूँ कैसा होता है खाओ नहीं और इसलिए एग्जाम भी दे दिया, इसलिए मैं एग्जाम भी दे दिया, मैं निकला नहीं और वो लोग चिंता चक्की किए, मैं भागा नहीं घर से। क्या तेरे वंश का मदद करूं मैं?
So here, alternative
तेरे
sub
को पता
transaction.
ही
So
नहीं,
if
तू
you
कहाँ
assign,
घुसी
so
क्या?
yeah,
मेरे को बताएगा।
in my project there was a
अभी
requirement
ये
that
बता,
for
अरे
one
ये
installment
अरे ये
deferral,
बोल रहा
the
हूँ मैं तो।
invoice print document should call out that this is one installment, or is it a multi installment. So for that we created an alternative sub transaction and we assigned here.
फिर
Okay.
से तू नहीं बोला कि मैं
So
ये
0040
पैसा मांगता हूँ,
mostly I
अपना
do.
खत्म कर
I
दीजिए।
go with 40
मेरा तो
because 40 is
बोला
already
कि पापा
created.
को फोन लगाऊं।
If I go with 41, 42 or
मैं
31,
भी
32,
नौकरी छोड़
whatever
के
I
बैठा
go
हूँ।
with, that
हाँ?
sub transaction has to be created. Okay, that is my first step. Create main transaction. Second step, create main and sub
संघर्ष है,
combination.
गहरा
So if
संघर्ष है,
I
बात देखो क्या करते
use a
हैं।
new sub
अरे भाई
transaction
पढ़ो।
that I have to first create, then I can do F4 here.
लेकिन भाई
Okay, so since
तुम
40 is already created,
पूरी
that's
घर
why.
के ठंडे रहोगे।
See, this is a standard one, 10. Then this I have created this
पूरा इसके
40.
अंदर
That's why I
महाभारत
assign 40.
महामादर चोर है।
Okay,
मेरे मन
so
में एक
with
औरत
that
की
I
छान बना
will
रहा
save. This is one installment deferral, and again I will create one more.
खाली दे दो भाई, हटा
Say
दो,
new
चाहो तो
entry
निकल जाते हैं। नहीं तो
9032. I'll call it for say weekly. Every batch I do monthly. Let's say weekly. Now I need interval. So one, the difference between two installment will be 1 week, and total 4 such week is needed. Okay, 4 weekly installments. If I don't mention any alternative sub transaction, then the standard 10, 80, 10 will be used. Okay, so here I'm not assigning anything. The standard one will be used. Again, rounding amount, and it will go to the last currency USD and save. Okay, so this is done. 9031, 9032. These are my installment plans. Define. Okay, charge. I will not. Charge means the late payment fee. So late fee I will run separately. So that's why late fee I'm not going to add with the installment plan charge. That's why I don't put any config. So late fee charges we show separately. Okay, this is done. Okay, now here we have the deactivation reason. So ideally deactivation reasons should be shown first. Then it should ask to select a default deactivation reason. So here we already selected the 02 and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are configured here. Okay. Now I have to do main sub because it will post new document. So I will go to basic function and posting document. Okay. Now I for return we saw that 70-10 is hit, but where is written that 80-10 will be hit for installment plan? Let's find that. Define account assignment for down payment and charges. Okay, come here. Installment plan statistical key is R. Look for R. Hang on. We don't have anything with R. Where is it controlled from? Okay. Is it directly doing? Okay. I think maybe it is. I thought it is getting from here, but no, it is getting from the standard like 60. 0060 is for payment. Like internal main transaction from there, it is getting derived. Okay. So I came here, I thought it will be appearing here like cash security deposit. Anyways, main sub is done. Third step. So go to maintain transaction for installments. New entry 0903. One installment request. Installment plan
वही गांड बोल रहा हूँ कि छह उसी
request.
गांड की छह से बात कर रहा है तो घूमने
Here 0080 already created here, and here I'm going
घूमने
to
ना
do the
अरे
alternative
इसकी
one
माँ का
because
लौड़ा
I have
और
chosen,
क्या चाहिए तेरे को
or maybe I
और
don't
क्या
need
चाहिए
to
तेरे
assign the
को
alternative. I can do the
और क्या
standard
करूँ
one
हाँ
itself.
अच्छा तो कपड़ा
Alternative,
खरीद
do I have to do? I think yes, I have
अरे
to
हम
do.
तुझे गाड़ी को पैसा
I have
देगा
to,
बात खरीदना
yes, I
नहीं
have to assign. So here, this is the alternative, and
तुमको जितने बोला तो देख रहा
here debit, and it will be posted with a statistical key.
तेरे को कपड़ा खरीद
Statistical
अबे
key is R,
अबे आई अभी तुमको बढ़िया
and
आइडिया सब बढ़िया है भाई
suppose
भाई
you
देखो
want that it
मारे
should
के
go
हाथ
for a
अरे तो
separate
तुझे
dunning procedure, you can assign. Mostly installment plan go for a separate dunning procedure, you can assign here, or maybe you can put a dunning log so that the installment plan items will never go through dunning. Okay, so hit enter and save. This is single installment, and now the normal installment plan. IP request, install plan request, this is the standard. Okay, so you'll see the internal transaction will get populated. Okay, install plan request populated with R. If you don't enter the statistical key, it will correct. Hit enter, correct statistical key, or debit credit you don't enter, it will tell you, okay, fix the debit credit indicator like that. Standard one you have to assign R. Okay, save. Next EK01, I think EK02 is not needed. Let's do only EK01 and try to do the next. Let's see whether it stops me for EK02 or not. /n EK01. What if I don't do EK01 at all? Okay, let's do EK01. Rather, let me not, I don't want to do EK01. Let's see whether EK01 is needed at all. Okay, so if SAB says I will do EK01. So let's do the end user part. Now I have, how many open items do I have for this customer? Okay, this many open item. Now, first we'll do one installment deferral. After that, I will do multi installment. /n FPR1 is the T code. Enter BPCA company code and hit enter. It will post an entry that is asking for recon key. Now, these many open items I have, out of which this is payment. I will not put this one into installment plan, but anything I can put. Say these two items I am putting into installment plan. Okay, but one installment deferral. So that is, these are due one is due on tomorrow, so today's date, and the other one is due 7 days from now. I will put both of them due on 25th of October, 25th of April. Okay, so 903 901 901 is 9 9031, sorry, 90, yeah, one installment deferral. I hit enter. Okay, I need to put the start date. So start date means the only date. For one installment, there is no start date. The only date, say the date is 25th of April. Okay. Now it says the entire amount 10.30 will be due on 25th of April. Okay. With that, I'm going to click on save. Okay. Installment plan posted on a document number 1049. So let's go to FPL9. Hit the refresh. You will see the two items are gone. Instead, 5.15, 5.15 are gone. Instead, a new item is created, IN installment plan. Okay, double click. Since I did one installment, it took 40. Okay, and it's a statistical item. See, I did not do EK01, EK02. Without EK01, EK02, it got posted. And it got posted without GL account because it is a statistical item. Does it have a recon key? It does not. That means, again, similar to cash security deposit, this is a request only, like cash security deposit request. This will not go to FI. Okay, so, and it will not have a GL item. You see, go to GL item. It doesn't have a GL item. No general ledger item. It is like a noted item. Only customer debit but nothing is credit. Because why? Because I already have. So now, where is my, if I want to see how this 10.30 came, so I can go to environment and I can go to source item, then go to for installment plan. It will show me that these two items were added to form the installment plan item. Now, ideally, if I show the original 5.15, 5.15, and the installment plan also 10.30, so double counting will go to FI. You see, GL amount is blank. It will not hit GL. But versus if I show the original item, so you can from here also right click, source item, any source item you open, GL item is there, because this will hit the GL. So instead of in order to not to send double debits, that's why installment plans are not sent to FI, because the source item is already sent. 5.15, 5.15 is already sent. Now if I right now again send 10.30, that means double counting will be sent to FI. That's why it will be not sent. Okay. Now the customer may or may not comply to whatever they have promised. Say the customer is not complying, customer does not pay, because I want to show, I'll show the payment in the multi installment. First single installment deferral, no, customer does not pay. What will happen? It can be reversed manually, or it can be reversed via dunning also. So I'll show you dunning reversal when we do the dunning config. You will see via dunning automatically the installment plan gets reversed. But here, since I don't have the dunning live yet, so I will manually reverse this installment plan. Okay. So how to reverse the installment plan? I'll go to FPR1 screen itself. This is my FPR1 screen. I click on select and change. This plan number I'm going. Okay. It says open, total open 10.30. Total due is 0 because this is in future. After 25th, the due will come here. Repayment amount, I mean, this is amount to be paid. Okay. So everything is 0. Now, once I deactivate, it will become deactivated. So here you will see deactivate, select, and by default 02. Remember, we chose that 02 will be my deactivation reason. So also you can choose, again, SAP is proposing, you can choose anything. So say this is actual manual deactivation. So I'm going to do manual deactivation only. In case customer request, okay, you deactivate, I will pay. Okay, that may also happen. So say manual deactivation and I click on deactivate. Being deactivated, you want to say yes. So plan is now changed. Now if I go to FPL9, the balance will be the same, but instead of the 10.30, the original 5.15, 5.15 will be restored. Okay, so I hit refresh. The two RR are back. I don't see the installment plan document. If I want to see the installment plan document, select with all item, and you'll see it is reversed. IP. This is the IP. No, sorry, this is incoming payment. IN. Okay, IN is not shown in the FPL9, but I think in DFKOP table, you'll see the IP is reversed. Okay, so this is single installment deferral. I mean, single installment. So in installment plan, what will happen? If you want to defer the original document, the deferral will be shown in the original document itself. But if you want to put an installment plan, a new separate document will be created, and the due date and all will be put into the new document itself. Now let's do multiple installment plan. Okay, multi installment deferral. So let's create one more installment plan. Click on create. I'm going to create one more installment plan, this time with the 4 weekly. And again this plan, against this plan I'm going to collect payment also. Okay, so hit enter. You'll see a history. Whatever items were put into installment plan earlier but was not paid, you'll see a history. That means when, say, this plan was created by one CSR, after 5 days or after a week, after its reversal, another CSR opens this account and another installment plan is being requested. Now, if the CSR is on call with the customer, he or she will come to FPR1 screen and she will find, okay, there is a history. So she can tell that, okay, you already asked for an installment plan, but you did not pay. So that she has all the information. Nobody has to take a note. So I'll tell you a funny story. I have a friend here. His name is Avijit. So when he was my colleague in PwC, he got an offer from TCS. Now he accepted the offer. Just before the joining, he got a better offer and he joined IBM. Fine. After working with IBM, again he got an offer from TCS. Is fine. So when the offer was get about to be released, the HR is different this time. The HR told she somewhere in her database found history exists like this. She mentioned, Avijit, you already rejected one of our offer. Do you remember? So Avijit got shocked. He mentioned that TCS database is so strong. I rejected their offer 2.5 years ago. They somewhere has stored it so that although the HR is changed, I mean, the previous was offer was from maybe Hyderabad and this is from Kolkata, but their central database system still has the record that he has rejected one offer. So he was like so shocked that he told me that Shobhadro, she identified me. She has some record, and unfortunately, he again rejected that offer. He, he accepted the offer, but he got a better offer in LTI Mindtree. So he rejected TCS and joined LTI Mindtree. Now, whenever we talk, he mentioned this time TCS will never offer me because earlier they will ask for interview after HR round, then they come to know that okay, I had an offer. But anyways, so this is what I meant, that history exists. So next time when anybody wants to tells that put me on IP or payment request, so that front desk agent can see, okay, he already went to an IP and that document is still open. That means this document was put into an IP and these two documents are still open, so that the history you can see. Okay, so if you double click, you will see the history and the installment plan uh, which was read, and this is inactive, and from here you can see he or she can see the installment plan. This is the installment plan, and in the header, how was it cancelled? It says 02 was the deactivation reason. What is 02 deactivation reason? Maybe manual deactivation or customer request. That is in the call itself. She or that CSR can check what has happened. Okay. Anyways, the customer requests one more installment plan. This time he told that put all my open items into installment. All means this 80 to not needed. So I'll put all debit items into installment plan. And this time I'll select the multi-month installment plan 9032. 9032. Okay. And here I'm going to choose the date from tomorrow, 15th, Monday. Now hit enter. So it has calculated the total of 90.55 and it has divided it into 4, and 90.55 is not divisible by 4. So the additional item is put to the last installment. This is how we configured. That is, if there is an additional item, put it into the last installment. Okay. Now here the CSR can or the front desk agent can make some changes. So I don't like this. So 22, 22, 22, 22. Okay, how much is left? Hit enter. Difference is 2.55 is still left. Click a new installment and put a net due date 6/5. Calculate 7 days from there or whatever. Say 10/5. 10th of May. Pay this amount 2.55. Okay. Say fractions. Okay, 5 installment can be put, or whatever amount. These are all editable. It is not sent. Before sent, you can do everything, and also you can put a deferral also. I mean, ideally the due date is eligible. I mean, we can change from here. There is no need of changing it here. What else do I have? Bank details, payment method. We can assign separate payment method at item level. User can assign. Okay, if the customer is on DD, then payment method can be assigned. What is this? Dunning lock I can assign. Exclude from Dunning. Like that, this thing can be done. So these many features are available. This is payment method. Okay, so now I am going to save. Similar way, you can select and delete installment. I just did add installment. Like that, you can delete installment. Okay, so save. New installment plan is created. Select and click on display. It says open. So 90.55 is open. Now when I go to FPL9, I will see only open item is the credit 80, which I did not touch. The rest all four line will have, these four line will have their corresponding 5 lines, because I did 5 installments, 22, 22, 22, 22 and 2.55. So hit refresh. This yellow will be gone. I mean, these 3 yellow and the red one will gone. 5 yellow items will come. Refresh. There is no change in the amount. Balance remains 10.55. Instead, based on the due date, let me do open items. Okay, so based on the due date, the payment will collect the payment. Now, this time I will pay. Okay, say the customer pays the first 2 installments. So, say on 1504, say on 2204, customer pays 44, so that both payments can be covered. Okay, so /n fp05 pay 1404/1 2204. Document date is in future, that's fine, just a warning message. $44. Say I can enter the document number, but my document number will remain the same. Okay, again, if I enter the document number, the first 2 line items of this document number will be cleared. Even if I don't enter the document number, see what happens. It will still clear the first 2 lines based on the FIFO clearing. So I'll post this payment at CA level. See the behavior. Okay, I'm not mentioning document number. Save. Refresh. I'm expecting 1504, 2204 will be gone. What has happened? Why? How much did I pay? 44 only, right? This is my, let's see what has happened. How all the line items disappeared. Oh God, all are paid. How come all are paid? So it says cleared. I did not pay that much, right? 44 I paid. 20 plus 22 is coming as 44. This is strange. Let's see. Now my installment plans are cleared with 78 document, right? So my 78 has 10 1078 is the payment document. Okay, 1078 is my payment document. How come it has cleared so many open items? It cleared 22, 22, 22, 22. This is strange. Let's see payment document. Payment document is 44. How did it clear so many 22? This is, I'm seeing this for the very first time. It has cleared this many line items. Okay, which, let me check from the table. How can it clear so many open items if the amount is not that high? Slash n AC16n. Again the amount got distorted, but anyways, I can put a summation of all these. Okay, the 80 also participated in, okay, understood. So I had one open credit of 80. Now payment invoice, they, when the payment gets posted or invoice gets posted, then account maintenance happen. Okay, that is auto clear happens. Now when I ran the auto clear, I mean when it ran the auto clear directly, then it found minus 80, which was already open. Now the auto clear, now my payment is posted on 22nd of April, but there was an open credit of $80, okay, which was due before my payment. This one also participated. That's why now my balance is in negative, because already minus 80 was there. Okay, already minus 80 was there, and again I paid 44. That way the balance became negative. Okay, I did not intend to clear the installment plan, but anyways, the installment plan is now fully cleared. So let me repeat what has happened. I had a open credit of 80. That open credit participated in the clearing, and I paid 44. Out of my 44, 33.47 is still open. So my document is 78. This is my document, $44. Out of which the in the other items clearing, this part has participated in the clearing, leaving the 33.45 of my current posting as open, because I already had a $80 credit. That account maintenance, in that account maintenance, this $80 credit participated. In the invoice posting also such account maintenance happen. All the open item, they get cleared among themselves unless there is any restriction. Okay, so that clearing has done this. That means all my open debits are gone, and my this installment plan says cleared. Okay, all items are paid. You see green everywhere. Okay, so that's all for today. We'll connect again next week with maybe late fee. Okay, we are going to the default path. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.